Good evening, everybody. Welcome tonight from Daddy's Pizza here in Claremont, New Hampshire for our 4th edition of Facebook Live for Claremont Speedway. Our season officially opens opening night April 28th, and we're looking forward to it. I'd like to thank Pat and Ellen Donzo for hosting us tonight at Daddy's Pizza. Alongside my right side, the legendary George Powers is with us.
Where? He owes me money.
Steve Furlan is taking your questions for Kodi Sabins, who's our guest tonight. Kodi Sabins, the 2016 Wildcat Champion. Kodi, thank you for joining us. A couple of times we've had to reschedule because of work and the nor'easter we had last week, so we appreciate you taking the time with us tonight. How did you get started in racing? I mean, what led you to that point to become a champion?
Well, I started helping actually Brian Sears a long time ago. He had a super street and late models, and kind of always was around it. And got to know a lot of people from the racing. And I've always took interest in driving and wanted to try it. And I finally started driving about 9 years ago, and it's kind of stuck ever since.
And you raced only is 4 cylinders basically the only thing you've raced? Or have you raced anything 8-cylinder wise or?
Race is only 4 cylinders, but I've had a couple limited sportsmen. I just couldn't afford it at the time when I had them. I was still in high school and just haven't had the money or the time to get back into them. I wouldn't mind driving one again, but we'll see.
That's good, folks. Send your questions to Kodi tonight. He'll answer all your questions.
Actually, send them to Steve.
Yeah. Steve will pose the questions to Kodi. Hopefully, Kodi can answer them from there.
Yep. Oh, wait, we got one already. It says, do you like being a Josh Rondo clone? Oh, wait, I misread that. Oh, I can't read that under there. Never mind.
You didn't bring your glasses, so I don't think you read anything.
I did. I just left them in my jacket.
Was it always your intention to drive a car when you worked on Brian's car, or did you?
I've always wanted to drive. I built a 4-cylinder a long time ago. That was the intentions, but things dwindled away, and finally in high school I got a part-time job, and Lyle Patterson actually helped me buy my first car, and ever since then we've just been kind of racing.
Nice. It's windy.
If this wind blows any harder, we're going to be on the opposite side of the street.
The awning here, it's pretty windy here in downtown Claremont right now. The awning out front is whipping around. You can come down here, Daddy's Pizza, check it out yourself too. We'd appreciate it.
So tell me, Kodi, who's your toughest competitor out there?
Over the years, I've had a lot of different ones. Me and Matt Goffin have had some pretty good races. I don't know. There's a lot of different drivers in different places that I've competed hard with, so it's hard to pick one specific driver.
Now, what changes about 2017? Coming in as a champion, how do you change what you've been doing?
Not 100% sure what my plans are, so I went through the car and we're still going through it just as we would last year, and I mean, it took me a long time to get a championship, and just gonna have fun if I do race as much as I can this year, and that's what I did last year, and it actually worked pretty well.
How do you like coming in as the guy everybody's out to be? You know, the guy. I mean, does that play any different in your psyche?
I mean, look at the numbers speak for themselves. He had 6 wins last year. He had 17 top 5s. So every race you ran was a top 5. You had 12 podiums. Your average finish was the lowest or the best at Claremont Speedway of anybody. 2.35 was his average finish. So yeah, I mean, George, at this point, what does it feel like that you've got a little target on your back if you choose to come back?
You know, I didn't really think about it much last year. I just wanted to be consistent, and I wanted to win races and have some fun while I was doing it. And if anyone wants to keep up, go for it.
The challenge is out there. I mean, your 2000, what was the difference between last year for you and then years prior? I mean, I know there's a couple times you talked about you had more patience this year compared to years past. Was that the key?
I've done a lot of things behind the wheel that I probably shouldn't have done, but
hey, this is family entertainment. I mean, you know, keep it, you know.
Well, last year I sat in the car, and every week before I go out, it just let's have a good run and let's see what we can get. You know, it was only one night I think I actually they considered me intentionally getting into somebody, but I think that was the only night I touched anybody all year, really. So I kept my car clean and I just was consistent.
Now, the Godfather, Don Ambrose, said he talked to you. Did he give you any words of wisdom? Or?
I don't know. Racetrack owners, they talk a lot.
That was
So, outside of the driving the car, you're also part owner of Rocket Man Speedway. You guys have been pretty busy. You've got a lot of guys in your division coming up to get help, to buy parts, to get cars done.
I mean, Josh and I kind of started doing it back in 2011 and 12 when we first started. We've always been open to helping each other and helping other people just so we can make the division and the 4 cylinders better, and that's always been our goal. So usually we try to help everybody that comes along just so it's more fun and enjoyable for everybody.
Now, is there any chance of Josh coming back to the Wildcat division?
Not as of right now. I know we've bounced around a bunch of ideas, but that's about as far as it's gone.
Now, I understand you also have a car built for the mini stock tour, the New England mini stock tour.
Yes, it's almost done. We're hoping to have it done for April 9th down to Lee, but it's going to be close.
Who's going to shovel the snow off Lee for April 9th?
yeah, it looks pretty.
Well, I gave him your business card.
Thank you. My little shovel broke.
Yeah, your car was down at Race-A-Rama. It looks pretty nice. It's not quite done yet, though.
No, we haven't got the motor all together, and we're still running brake lines and a lot of little things that take time, and I think it'll be pretty close.
Yeah. You know, last year, too, was an emotional year for you. I mean, with Lyle and your mom, it was the first season you had back. So they were always in the back of your mind, I would assume, when you were racing?
Yeah, I always thought they were at least riding along sometimes,
Yep.
you know. I had both of their stickers on the car. And maybe that was all my luck last year. You know, I've always been around Lyle, and he's given me a couple different jobs while I was growing up, and he's always said never give up. And I'd always remind myself that every time I went out on a racetrack. It worked.
Yep. Steve, any questions from the...
Yeah, Ryan Christian says, rumor has it that you could be behind the wheel of a dirt modified this summer.
All right, here they come. Stuff you did not want to talk about. Let's see if it happens. Do you want to talk about it, or?
Well, that's not the one.
Okay.
Yes, I hope Ryan actually lets me drive one of his modifieds. He's always told me to do it, so if I get the opportunity and get myself in the car, I am a little bit bigger than he is, so I'm going to try it this year.
Have you ever raced on dirt at all?
I've raced 4 cylinders. I've won actually the 4-cylinder nationals in 2014 up to Claremont Speedway.
Really?
How do you like running on the dirt compared to the asphalt?
It's a different challenge. The whole atmosphere is totally different between the pavement and the dirt and driving style. You could show up tonight and the track could be totally different tomorrow. I kind of like that unknown.
What I always liked about racing dirt is, you know, you hear the expression in asphalt a lot. He's really up on the wheel now. In dirt, you have to be up on the wheel from the second you drive onto the track. I mean, there's no letdown time like there is on asphalt.
No, and someone, let's say they pop a radiator and no one sees it. On the dirt, it gets very, very slippery, almost twice as bad as asphalt. And you don't know it until you get down the corner and you see a little shiny thing and you just try to split it, but every lap that can be different. That's definitely a big question mark.
And if you ran, you'd run at Bear Ridge?
More than likely, yes.
So what would you prefer to run if you had the choice? If there was a dirt track and an asphalt track right here, and you had a car for either one, what would you prefer to race?
Well, it works out good. Claremont races on Friday and Bradford races on Saturday. So if I have the opportunity, we may run them both.
So you're not going to file into that one, huh?
I've raced so much on asphalt. I kind of like traveling now with the mini stock tour. There's only half a dozen races I plan on doing on the pavement, so I wouldn't mind venturing out and doing some dirt racing.
And two of them at Claremont as well this year.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Northeast Mini Stock Tour will be at Claremont.
Including the big one.
Yep.
Yes, the 4-cylinder nationals in September, which they're talking possibly 60 some odd cars.
That would be awesome.
Fifth, I think it's
That's a
1,500 to
very,
win.
very well-run organization.
Yes, Bob is very good, and he's a racer, so you can talk to him, and you guys can all talk it out. And it's really nice running with the series. There's so many friendly people, and people that don't mind helping out. That's a huge part of racing nowadays. Sometimes you don't get it, but the mini stock tour is very, very good about that.
And you ran with them last year when they were at Claremont. A couple of our Wildcats changed over, and you ran with them. And I can't remember how you finished. Was it top 10?
I think I ended up 16th, one lap down, just because I got a flat tire and I didn't get back out there in time. But the following week or 2 weeks later, I went up to Speedway 51 and I ended up 8th. The last car lead lap.
Yep.
Which that was really, really good.
I mean, so the change having you drive for the Northeast Mini Stock Tour this year, are you looking at doing the whole schedule?
With my new job, I can't, but I'm going to do as many as possible. New Hampshire Motor Speedway is definitely on the list, and both Claremont races at this point, and we'll see how many other ones we can get in there.
And you've raced at a number of tracks. Obviously, nothing as big as New Hampshire Motor Speedway, correct?
I've never raced at New Hampshire, but Thompson, that was huge.
Yeah. How many? What have you track-wise? What have you raced? What tracks have you raced at?
I have raced at Lee, Star, Monadnock, Devil's Bowl, Bradford, Claremont, for sure. Claremont's my home, so I don't even think about that track anymore. I go there and I enjoy racing there, so you don't really put it on your list of to-dos because you've done it so much.
What's your favorite track to race at?
Actually, Claremont I really like because it's a driver's track. And most people that go there understand that, and a lot of people come in, oh yeah, this place is no problem. They go out there, and they struggle and struggle and struggle, and then they walk around and start talking to the regulars, and you got to do this, you got to do that. People think Claremont's pretty easy. I love Claremont's setup. I just like the speed when you go to Thompson. Kind of puts you in the back of the seat to hold on.
Let me ask you something. What's the best advice you ever got?
Don't run into somebody. I mean, I've got a lot of different advice. Just stay calm and drive your race and don't worry about the other people. It's probably one of the best ones I've had.
Is that the advice you got from Don Ambrose?
Sure. I've got it from him, and I've got it from a couple other people. Pretty much
Oh,
the same
people
thing.
you're racing against.
No, they actually turn around and run away when they see me coming.
Oh, yeah? Have you seen that front bumper or not?
Front bumper or the side of the car. Yeah.
I mean, there's a number of times this year you had to start from the back too to work your way to the front because of your wins, and then there was every time you won, there was modifications to your car because of weights or adding weight to your car. Yeah, you're still dominant. What was the secret? What can you tell us? What can you tell us was your secret?
Well,
I mean, you mentioned earlier before we went live that you could win the race and you wouldn't be happy with how your car was.
yeah, I'm very picky about my car. I could go out there and lead the whole race, and I'd still want to change something every week to make it better. And the biggest thing, which is allowed in the 4 cylinders, is changing springs. As we were going throughout the year, and you'd add 50, 75 more pounds on the right side, you'd go up a little bit on the springs. The only thing is, when you went up on springs on the right side, it would put more left side, so you'd have to put more weight on the car. I think championship night, my car was 2,500 pounds.
And you won that race.
I did.
Who helps you out? I mean, who's there with you all the time?
Right now, the people that are helping me with my car are Dale Squires Jr. and Sr. They've been doing a lot of things. Josh Rondo. there's been a lot of people over the years. Corey Pellerin's helped out. Just there's so many people. I know I'm forgetting a lot of them. They come once in a while and help out, and any little bit of help sometimes goes a long ways.
Yep. Now, what about sponsors?
Actually, all my sponsors that are on my car, either like Redline Motorsports, they let me use their tire machine or balancer, whatever I need, or tools. There ain't no money from them. Ascutney Custom Fabrication, Johnny, who's my neighbor, I get to walk over and grab parts off his shelf if I need to fix a car, or he'll lean some ideas off me. Hey, try this, try that. Rusted Auto Body, he gave me the first ever place so I could work on my car. Just a lot of people giving me places to work on my car, or tools, or pieces. Sponsors
are important. You know?
Yeah. I've never had any big money sponsors, but they're always welcome.
If you want to sponsor, like we do with Joey, if you want to sponsor a championship driver, and Scott too, I think, we can give you the contact information for them, and you can have your business or service put on their car for a small fee. But, it's you're right, they do help you out quite a bit, just service-wise, to be able to use their businesses to help you out.
Yeah, I mean, the tour car's got a complete blank hood, so you have a big old name on it.
Steve, what we got for? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, no.
What we got for questions? I know there's a couple in the queue right now.
Yeah, there's a few. John Foltz ran against Kodi, and he said he's always clean and he has always close racing. He ran against him at Lee and Claremont. And Matt Monahan wanted to know if you're coming to the bowl this year.
I plan on going there when the mini stock tour goes. That's probably the only time at this point. It's the only time my car is really legal. So.
Did you run the dirt at Devil's Bowl last year? Or did you help someone out last year?
We went over and raced the 200 weekend, and there's a couple Claremont cars. I think Nick Little, myself, and maybe one other, maybe not. We all went over and we raced Saturday, practice qualified, and Sunday was the actual race. And we ended up racing. Nick Little actually raced on the dirt, and I put my car on a trailer. I didn't want to destroy it.
So what do you think of the new nickname, Commander Kodi?
Well, you finally came up with one. I've been racing an awful long time.
Well, I come up with a few others, but I didn't think you'd like them, so.
So is that the official? Can we trademark that one?
I think we coined it.
Okay. I'd say that's noted. I'll put it in the media guide this year. That
Commander Kodi Sabins.
Are you thinking about not running a full schedule with us, or?
There's a couple opportunities up in the air,
Yep.
depending on which way that goes. And the car is ready to go, so I may or may not be there, depending on how the opportunity goes.
Yeah. It was in the last race of the year for you too. I mean, you already had clinched the championship coming in the last night, so you really had no pressure on you. And then, of course, that was the Cody LaFont race. So that was important to you as well. And this year, his father, the LaFont family, is putting on that large race. Are you hoping to make that one if the schedule allows?
That, if I run, that'll definitely be a big race for me to run. So, as of right now, if I race, I'll definitely be there for that race.
Good. Yeah, I don't think it would be the same without you not there for that race. Folks, send your questions into Kodi.
Or anybody.
Yeah, he's got or George too, for that matter.
No, I was thinking you.
No, I'm good. And he'll answer him away. And let's talk about Winter Blast 100. If those who don't know what Winter Blast 100 is, it was Speedway 51, I believe, right? And the track's covered in snow. And how many cars raced in that? 50 something?
50 or 60, I can't remember.
I think it was around 60.
Yeah, Kyle Smith, 949 Productions. Kyle's does some great work with video, and he was at the track this week and got some video as well. He had an in-car camera in your car, and Alex Poison rode shotgun with you. Why don't you talk about that experience on the snow with all the cars?
Well, it was a good time. we threw the car together to go up there, and we put a rear hoop in it, and we put some racing seats in because I ran an Enduro at Bradford, and I got a black and blue from it. Well, we bolted the seats in, and we just, that'll be good. Well, I hopped in the car Saturday morning to go up, and I didn't realize how far back I put the seat. My feet could barely touch the pedals, and I could barely reach the steering wheel, and we went out and started racing. I think we made it 9 laps, and I picked the outside lane, and we come up out of turn 4, and there's a car sitting right in front of us. And of course, snow, you ain't going to slow down.
No.
We hit him, broke the radiator, and the car started running funny, so we bailed off before we got stuck in the middle of the racetrack.
Oh, so you didn't have to watch it from the infield or anything? No, that's good. Yeah, because it looked like there was a couple laps there in the video that you guys were dodging cars left and right. It was funny to listen to. I hear Alex or you going, whoa, or, it was pretty interesting. It was fun to watch. So if you guys Google that, I'm not sure what website that, Kyle may have it on his Facebook page. I'm not sure. Kyle, if you're watching.
I know it's on 949 Productions.
Yeah.
I believe he has his own page,
Yeah. Yeah, because that was interesting. And there's a bunch of Claremont drivers that ran to that, too. Dale Squires did, Josh Rondo,
Mike
Saloy. Yeah, Saloy, yep. And he was the best finisher. I think he finished 12th.
Yeah, Josh was going good until he spun himself out and ran into a parked car. then Mike just nursed it all day long and rode around the outside, and of course, for once the slow guy won.
Got a couple more comments, Steve?
Todd Merrill says Cody's always there to help anyone that needs a hand, and he's always helping out Hayden. And Matt Saltzheimer said he helps him out as well, always gives him a hand as well.
So they said, Cody, are all the HLL rumors true this year as far as any MST goes? I'm not sure what HLL are.
I don't know what all that is either. No.
The Cody LeBlanc and Haywood Harriet, the 17 Northeast Mini Stock Tour champion, and Cody LeBlanc was the Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
I've been talking to Gene LeBlanc, and he's going to help me out a little bit when we run on the series, and
good company to have.
Yeah, they're just a big group of racers, and they don't mind helping out racers. So I helped them out when they came to Claremont, and they've helped me out ever since. So I practiced and qualified Cody LeBlanc's car down at Thompson, and that went fairly well. And who knows, maybe Cody will let me drive his car again.
So you plan on keeping all that a secret until we bagged you on it, or?
No.
So that's not the secret.
No.
Okay. So Kyle Smith is, of those watching, obviously on the feed, he's posted the link to watch that video. Who was the other driver he had a camera in?
Matty Boucher. He's actually, I think he won a championship out the Legion Speedway in the dirt this year. He's raced an awful lot. He's good at what he does. And I work with him now. So.
Oh, do you?
So where's this mysterious new job?
I work at FedEx Ground as a delivery driver. So the only thing, I really, really love the job.
You're the one I get them broken packages from?
Well, yours, I know when it's coming, so I throw them out the window. You know when they put their name on the top of the label? Mm-hmm. Makes it easy. That one's dropped off.
Signed, George Powers. Yeah, that's going to make it difficult for you too, probably, to commit to a lot of stuff because you don't really know what the schedule. When you get out, weather issues, what have you, it can change your day.
My schedule is Tuesday through Saturday working for FedEx, so I have a chance that there's some of the Saturday stuff on the tour that I can run, and being late on Friday nights at Claremont, that's going to be tough to get up in the morning and go to work.
Yep.
You work out of the Rocky Mountain?
I work out of Lebanon.
And we got Emily Miller said, "Thank you, Cody, for being a great driver to take pictures of."
We talk about former old racers.
Yep.
Modified.
Yep. Keith Stevens. Yeah, I had a great conversation with him the other day.
Oh yeah? Did you bring up my name?
No, I did not. I don't ever bring up your name in conversations because I don't know how that's going to go. My God, What are your expectations on the mini stock tour? What are you looking Would you be considered? You'd be a rookie this year, correct? On the tour.
I think I've run too many races to be considered a rookie, but I don't know. I'd have to ask Bob on that one, I guess. But I just want to get some good, consistent finishes. I mean, if I could win that big race at Claremont, that'd be awesome. But there's going to be some tough competition. There'll be a lot of good cars. So if I can get a top 10, that would be a win at that big race. And actually just qualifying for it would be a big one.
That's true, because you're going to have to qualify for that large. That's going to be, if they're talking, the numbers show up that they're anticipating. It's going to be one crazy night at Claremont Speedway. I think that's September 15th or somewhere around that vicinity. You can check the ClaremontSpeedway.net schedules on there. You can just find out. That's going to be a great. Both times. I mean, last year when the Northeast Mini Stock Tour came into Claremont, they had over 30 cars. And it was a great race right down to the wire, too.
It was.
They put on a great show, sometimes 3 wide. You've raced it before. I mean, you've gone up against the best. That must make racing more exciting.
Yes, it does. It makes it a blast. It's fun when you race side by side with some people. And the tour, there's a lot of guys you can race side by side with. Claremont, I had a lot of good races side by side last year and the last couple of years. I remember Josh and I, we'd go out first couple races of the year almost every, or even the first practice of the year, and we'd go out and run 15, 20 laps door to door. I'd always have to be the first one to put the rubber mark on the side of his car.
I mean, who's the competition on the tour?
There's like Nick Anderson and Cody LeBlanc and Emerson Pryor and Jake Rayome and all those guys. There's a lot of good guys that could win any night, anywhere we go.
In Claremont last year, you battled with Alex Poisson for a little while, and then Alex had a couple of bad weeks, so you were able to extend your lead. I mean, was there any time you were worried during the course of the season that he could gain on you? Were you looking for? I mean, you didn't have any DNFs. Your worst finish was 4th, and you did that 5 times during the whole year, which is it's crazy to think about having that kind of consistency. Were you always, in the back of your mind, was there always that one, when is stuff going to turn for me? Because racing does go through weird slumps and ups and downs.
Well, there was one night, I think I was running 2nd or 3rd, we come to the checkers in the qualifier, and the lower ball joint broke when I turned 4th. But besides that, everything else was good, and everything went well. So I didn't really worry too much about points on that behalf. I knew Alex was going to be strong when he started the year. He had a good car to start with. But I really tried not to pay no attention to the points.
So you didn't run for points? You just ran for the best finish?
But any racer will tell you they don't run for points. But in the back of your mind, once in a while you think about it. Every time I think about it when I ran at Canaan, I just have a horrible night. So I tried not to think about it at all last year. I mean, I did once in a while, but that was towards the later half of the year, so I had a little bit of room to make up for my mistakes if something happened.
Was there any rubber left on your tires after your burnout, after you won?
There was. I told everyone I was going to do a burnout to a tires pop, but I couldn't breathe anymore, so I just...
Yeah, I mean, if you weren't there, you put the front of the car right up against the wall and just lit them up the whole time, and that was something we hadn't seen all last year. You were the first one to do it.
So tell me something. Who's your favorite driver to watch race when you're not racing?
I like watching like Donnie Lashua and those guys that used to run the pro stocks up to Canaan, because they really get out there and they race hard side by side. Everyone knows Donnie, who's probably one of the cleanest drivers up here in the East. He's probably one of my favorite drivers. I get along well with the Hammonds, so it's not that I don't watch them, but I watch everything they do so I can learn from what they do. So that works out well. So.
In fact, I think we had a question from a Hammond right now.
Yeah, he says, I assume you're going to run Loudon, right? The showdown race?
Yes, that's...
Yeah, Walt Hammond said, I was excited to run that event.
I'm excited but a little nervous that maybe I might have forgot something when we get there. But I think it could be a good learning curve. It's going to be fast. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's going to be weird doing, from what I hear, like 130 or 140 miles an hour going down the corner, but we're going to try it anyways.
That's going to be they had Walt the Third or Walt Jr. ran one of your cars last year. Yeah, right.
It's actually Walt Hammond. Walt Hammond Jr. is Walt Hammond's dad.
Yes.
Okay.
It gets confusing.
All right.
We call
Little
him
Walter then, yes.
Everyone calls him Little Walt, but he's taller than me, so I don't know if you can call him Little Walt.
And he ran your car one time, and then I was trying to talk him into coming to Claremont this year, but it didn't work out. I mean, you've got the tour, you've possibly a couple races at Claremont. Any other extracurricular activities as far as racing that you have? I mean, you work on a ton of cars. How many cars right now do you have in the shop?
I have 2 in the shop right now that are all brand new. And I have a few others that have projects to be done, and hopefully they'll all be done in time.
Hopefully your car is done in time. And your first race would be April 9th at Lee, provided they have it. You raced at Lee last year, right? You started your year off a little rough last year.
Actually, when I went, we practiced at Claremont twice with the tour car. I bought and ran it twice and went down to Lee, and I was running fairly well, and the car died going out of that stretch. So I went down, coasted down to the pits, and the coil wire fell off. And I put it on, and the car wouldn't start. Someone walked over and banged on the starter, and the car started. And here we go. Went back out and ran like 4 or 5 laps. And I was passing cars, and I was reeling cars in. And I was just so far behind. I see leaders coming in the mirror, and I kind of was starting to get up out of the way, so they had to lane the race. And people started wrecking in front of me, so I got on the brakes. When I did, it turned the car sideways, and I got in the side of Haywood Harriet, the number 17, and it just hooked me back up straight into the fence and turned 4. It ended the career of the Prelude that didn't even make it 50 laps.
And you still have it?
I do, for now. Probably take parts off it and cut it apart and then scrap it at some point, just because lost ambition on trying to fix it. Had big plans, but not anymore.
Go ahead.
What type of car do you have for the tour?
It's a 92 Acura Integra. So it's very similar to what Samantha Stoddard has and Josh's old car. So we've always found that those cars seem to go better. We'll see how it goes with the tour tires and coilovers and all the fancy little things.
I mean, if you could race against any driver, past or present, who would you like to race against?
I would like to go out there, considering 4 cylinders, I'd like to go out there and actually be able to run Hayden door to door, because he's always been a good racer. I've never had much luck when we were racing together, but I think it would be a blast. There's a lot of other drivers. I can't really think about it right now. So.
Yeah.
Tell me something, Cody. What's the difference in expense of the car for the tour versus the car for Claremont?
The biggest expense is we run racing tires. And we put a couple tires on the race, and the second big thing is we build a motor. So, the chassis of the car, besides the struts and whatnot, which don't cost much more, are identical. Just run different pieces here and there. The tires are $110 a piece, I believe, and then you could have a whole lot of money in a motor and the right transmission and lightweight flywheels and all the little things that you need to be able to compete. At Claremont, you don't necessarily need. You can buy a car at a junkyard and take it apart and fix everything up and put it back in. You don't have to buy a lot of extra things, just the stuff that ain't working properly.
In that Wildcat division last year, there's a lot of you that are pretty close. You do a lot of stuff off the track. You go to all the tracks together, help each other out. I mean, it is a tight-knit group. Are you going to miss some of that interaction, or do you have that with some of the drivers on the mini stock tour?
I think there'll be some of it with the mini stock tour. I know, like Alex and I, we went down to Lee on Friday nights and a couple times, and it's cool to be able to travel to new tracks and just have have a good time with some people you know.
Yep. Well, it was my first year, and I said it was awesome watching you race because if you started in the back, you were always coming to the front anyway. Pretty much knew that happened. It was just a matter of time until you were. And you and I we got to know each other pretty well with all the interviews, whether it be in Victory Lane or before we had the first week. So it was an honor for me to watch you race this year.
Think of the times that we were up there. Put him in the back again so we can watch him come up third. Remember? We'd say that every week.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was.
Just kidding.
I think it was a week before championship night. The night we had double features, I think. And I remember I got into Nick Little on the first lap. I was just sitting there, and he spun out, and I was like, oh, man. Shaking my head. And I went to the rear.
That's right. Yep.
I was going down the back stretch. I was like, huh. So what's going to happen now? So I knew I pretty much had the championship locked up as long as I was there. So I come up out of turn 4, and no one really went. Of course, you can't pass the start-finish line, so I lagged back a little bit, and I got going. We went down turn 1, and I stuck it like 3rd or 4th on the other side, and I passed half the field, and I was like, here we go.
There's a couple of moves you had last year that you did that. Push the envelope a bit, see what can happen.
I didn't do it much till the end of the year. What do you have to lose at that point, right?
Yeah, if you had it locked up, and you pretty much had a good. It was just a matter of time until you had it locked up. I think it was the second to last night. We were wondering if you were going to lock up the week before, had locked up the week before or not. So, I mean, just goes to show you consistency does win championships. So, well, I'm looking forward to see what you do with the mini stock tour. When you come to Claremont twice, and hopefully you'll do a couple races with us too, if not the full schedule. So, we wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, I mean, I hope to do as many races as possible. And racing's been in my blood since I was like 13 or so. Actually, even younger than that when I started working on cars. So. Something's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, awesome. Well, folks, thank you for watching tonight. Kodi Sabins, our 2016 Wildcat Champion. Claremont Speedway opens up officially on April 28th. I think our first practice is April 8th, weather permitting, and we're able to get to the track. We have 3 practices this year, on the 8th, the 15th, and the 22nd. We have a car show, which we're going to announce this week as well, so look on our Facebook page for that. We'll give you the details. And we're looking forward to the 2017 season. Again, I'd like to thank Daddy's Pizza for hosting us tonight. Next week, not sure who we're having yet. It could be a viewer's choice for all we know, but we'll announce that later in the week. And on behalf of the legendary George Powers, Steve Furlong, Kevin Furlong on the camera, and our 2016 Wildcat Champion, Kodi Sabins, thank you for watching tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Don't forget our #1 fan, Mr. and Mrs.